Hi guys. So how wonderful is it to come on here and have 6 of you viewing even before I have logged in. It's just beautiful. Okay, so let's see if I can get my other mic to work. Okay, that looks like it's working. Let me pull up your comments. And I believe I have disabled all ads. So let me know. Hi Liz, I'm glad you're here. I'm so glad you're liking it. I have all of my ruins completed, and I worked on some of the other ones, and I really like the way these little ones are turning out. So now I can start pulling runestones for you too. And I like the big ones too, so we'll see. I'm gonna have to go in my yard and find, I only found 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of the ones in my yard. So I'll have to find the rest of those. Hi Katie. I hope you guys had a nice lunch, for those of you who it is lunchtime, or those of you like Liz where it's dinner time or past dinner time. I'm so glad you're back, Beth. Beth, if you want in the Facebook group, we would love to have you. So friend me on, I had somebody just friend me, but I don't think it was you. So I'm on at Jessica Cross, and I need to hunt down Guy on Facebook, but I didn't have time in this little break. I'm really looking forward to these 2 meditations. Oh, good, Tom. This is a good one to have time to like really chill and relax. The others were a little jumping around. They'll be good to go back to, but this one is really going to be healing, and it's a healing for all of you. You can do long distance Reiki healing, so I'm going to do a Reiki healing for all of you, and then I am going to do, you are able to comment, Liz. I'm able to see you. Yeah, I would love to be able to schedule it tomorrow. That'd be awesome. No, I'd love it. So let's figure out how we can do that. If you can either send it to me, or if you want to upload it unlisted, we can watch it. I think I can do screen share. Then you guys, I'm not sure. We'll figure out. Think about, yeah, I need to hunt down your name, but I will find you, Guy. I'm glad you're still here. And I'm so glad we're going to get that on there. Good. Okay. Yeah, so let me know if it's better for you to be on at the beginning. I'm going to start at 9 o'clock New York time, and I'm doing personal meditation, so sometimes those take a while. So let me know if it's better for you to be on first thing or near the end, because I know I know it may be a spur of the moment thing. But yeah, let me figure out. And the other thing we could do, I don't know, let me think about it and think about the best way to do it, whether we should watch yours first and then jump in. I don't know, we'll figure it out. So wonderful. Well, I'm going to do healing, and then I'm going to do another gift meditation that sort of spirals off the strength one we just did. And I did do the rose meditation just now to relax, and what did I get? I got the sun on my face from one rose. I got a butterfly that landed on my nose and gave me happiness. And then the last one, I was given a lizard who climbed out and kind of climbed down my body, ran away, and I had to kind of follow up to a tree. And then he gave me some power. So that was good. I needed that power. I'm feeling kind of tired from this morning. So hopefully the healing will work for me. I got my Muggle stone. I don't know if you guys have ever seen. This is a really beautiful Muggle stone. And I'm not a stone wizard by any means. I have to look up everything. Great. Excellent. We'll start off. So we will start off with, no, we will probably end with Liz tomorrow. So I will jump in at 9 and I will do personal meditations, and then right around 10, probably gives us enough time to do all the personal meditations. We'll jump in with Liz's video, and then we can discuss them, which would be great. So I've got Muggle Stone for healing. I think the healing will be good for me too. The wine is good for me too. It's after lunch, so I'm allowed to have wine. I'm allowed to have wine anytime I want, but I actually don't really want wine in the morning. And then I'm going to pull us out of that meditation, kind of let us come out of the role play a little bit, and then I'm going to put us back into meditation to do a past life regression, but I want to discuss it a little bit before we go in. All right, so I am going to do a bit, I'm going to treat this a little bit like a ritual, but less like a role play, I think, because I'm going to do the healing. So I won't be checking on your comments for a little bit, but okay, I was wondering, you said you were going to watch on your iPad and couldn't comment, but then you kept commenting. So happy all of you are here. So I'm going to use for my smudge this frankincense and myrrh, which I love. It's Zoom Mist. It's this company called Zoom that's, I believe, in Kansas City. I don't know if you can get it other places. Yeah, it's in Kansas City, which is where some of my family lives. So I tend to get some of this stuff for Christmas, and I'm going to have to request more because I love this as a smudge. It's such a wonderful, magical smell. So I'm going to spray some in the air. And get all of us. And I'm not going to call to the 4 elements for these, but I probably will for our last video of the day. So we've got our smudge. Before I start the kind of role play portion, I do want to thank those of you who have left donations. Yeah, I found some green nail polish because I realized I had all the other colors of the chakras, but not green, so I got some green. And I actually painted my nails because I'm not doing a massage this weekend. So, I want to thank all of you who have sent donations. It is always more than enough. Thank you. I will be sending you each individual emails thanking you as well, but I really appreciate it. Oh, good, Mindy. It's always, don't you feel like you've won a prize when nap time lines up with something you actually want to do? It's beautiful. Okay, so I'm going to just center myself, and then we're going to do a little Reiki healing, okay? All right. Okay. So we're going to do a Reiki healing today. And we're going to go through each of your chakras. Your chakras are your energy centers, and they are the colors of the rainbow. So at your tailbone, you will have your root chakra, which is a red. Right below your navel, you will have your sacral chakra, which is an orange. Above your navel, right under your rib cage, is your solar plexus chakra, which is a yellow. At your heart is your green heart chakra. Right at your throat is your blue throat chakra for communication. Right here is your indigo colored third eye chakra. And right at the top of your head is your violet crown chakra. Okay, so we are going to start at your hips. So I want you to picture a bright red disc at your hips. With each deep breath in, I breathe in any cloudiness, any negative energy. But it doesn't stay with me, it dissipates out from me. And with each breath out, I fill you with a cleansing, healing breath and light. Your root chakra is about security, childhood issues, safety. So with each breath, we are going to brighten that disc. This is one of the most important chakras, for if it is blocked, it prevents the power from getting to other chakras in your body, as it is right at your base. If we do not have our basic needs met, safety and security, food, housing, enough money to pay our bills, it is very hard to focus on anything else in our lives. So we're going to clear out that chakra. One more deep breath in and out. And we're going to move up to your sacral chakra, which is a few inches below your navel. These are issues of fertility of all kinds. So sexuality, creativity, any sort of creation, inspiration. Some issues with money reside here too, as we create our money. Releasing any blockages, any health issues that may have to do with reproduction, sexuality. And moving up to your solar plexus, just right at the base of your rib cage. These are issues of power and control. Also healing any digestive issues you may have. And now moving up to your heart, which is a green disc right at your heart. These are issues of love, also any circulatory problems you may have. And I want you to breathe out as I breathe in and inhale any love or heart issues that you may be facing. And now moving up to your throat. Is there communication issues? Any sore throat you may have? This is mostly about speaking your truth. What are you hiding? What are you keeping secret? It's a bright blue disc. And it can get very dark when we don't say what we need to say. Not speaking our truth also blocks power from getting to our third eye and spirit, so we lose our intuition and our spirituality quite often if we are not being honest and truthful, not only with others but with ourselves. Better. Okay, and then moving up to your third eye, it's an indigo light right above your eyebrows. This is your intuition, your inner knowing, not just of the outside world, but of yourself. And if you don't know yourself, how can you know and seek out what you want? Blocked third eye is one of the ways we get in bad relationships, bad jobs, bad situations. Because first, we don't trust what our gut tells us. And second, we don't know what we want. So how can we find it? Shows you how important unblocking this chakra can be. Okay, now moving up to your crown chakra. This is spirit. This is your spirituality. This is tapping into all else that you can be. We are not stuck with what we are right now. An indigo light right at the top of your head, making it bright and glowing. Spirit also helps to heal all of the other chakras as well. As we see through meditation, it can tell us about other aspects of our lives that we need to know. Now, I want you to picture a bright white light coming down from the top of your head all the way through your crown, filling it with this bright light through your third eye, down through your throat, down to your heart, down to your solar plexus, down to your sacral chakra, all the way to your root, filling you with a bright white light that then shoots down and connects to the earth like a root. This white light begins to encircle you like a protective egg. Then want you to try to turn that white light green to heal your body, your mind, your soul. With each breath, you breathe in that green healing light, and it permeates your body and goes right to the areas where it is needed. The energy knows where it needs to go, with or without me. So with each breath, you heal yourself. And now, I want you to picture yourself standing in a forest that we have been in before. And I take your hand. We walk through the forest and notice again that we are on an incline. And as the trees begin to fade, we notice again we are on a mountain. The same volcano we were on before, but it is now quiet. We walk to the top. It is much easier now. We do not need a protective shield. We are able to easily walk up the side of the mountain to the edge. And you notice a bit off to the side, there is a large cave. That cave has a guardian at the front. That guardian asks you to pause. The guardian asks you who you are. And you tell them to the best of your ability. The guardian then asks you what you are seeking. What do you find out through your answer? The guardian then asks you what you hope to accomplish. And you answer him that as well. The guardian then makes a gesture that you may enter the cave. This guardian may be a guide of yours, and you may have them accompany you into the cave. As you get closer, the cave becomes darker. As you walk farther in, you can also feel heat and noise. You soon begin to see golden jewels that litter the ground. And soon, as the cave begins to open, you see a large, menacing, black dragon. You reach into your pocket and take out a wrapped parcel. The dragon notices you and asks you why you have come. Tell the dragon you have a gift for them and remove from the bag a glittering green emerald. Tell the dragon this emerald will grant them sight of spirit and must be placed at their third eye. You can see the gleam of greed in the dragon's eyes, and he agrees and places his head down on the floor near you. Take the emerald and place it at the dragon's third eye. It attaches there perfectly. As the dragon rears up, the dragon tells you that with this sight, he no longer has need of all the riches he has accumulated in the cave. He leaves them to you to do with as you wish. As he flies away through an opening up high in the cave. Survey the riches around you. There is not just gold. There are jewels and books and jewelry carved as animals, every kind of icon you can imagine. There is art of all kinds. There are precious and non-precious stones. Anything that anyone would consider well. Walk around and choose a few items that call out to you. But you also have learned the lesson of the dragon. You do not have need for all of these riches, but will take those that may assist you. Many items are magical and will give you gifts far beyond their actual value. Seek out those items they will call to you and ask them what they give you. You may find right when you pick them up that you know they're hidden gifts. Once you have found your items, if your guide is with you, you may ask any questions about the items you have retrieved. And when you feel ready, you walk out through a small hole and you climb over much wealth to reach that hole, but it does not concern you. You have what you came for, and it is more than enough. And we begin to walk back down the mountain. And soon we are again in the forest. You may begin to hear the sounds around you in the room where you are sitting. Feel your body touch the surfaces where you are sitting or laying. Take a deep breath in and out. And when you feel ready, open your eyes. And that is the first part. Cheers. Ground yourself if you need to. Not too much. We're going back up soon, but we have a lot of new people in here. that's nice. Hi, John. Nice that you are back. Hi, Katie. Hi, Kate. Oh, I'm so glad we've got some new people. Polly Ubrickington. If you want to tell me your real name, I'd love to call people by it. Even if you don't want to tell me your real name, if you want to tell me a name that's not your weird username, I'd love to call you something real. I'm so glad some new people found this. That was the fun of doing an all-day retreat. For those of you who don't know, we are in session, 4 of 6. So we did one last night. We did 2 this morning. We will do another one at 3 New York time this afternoon. And then we'll do one tomorrow morning. And Whispers in Bloom, we're going to figure out how to get her video for us on here live. So I don't know how we'll do that, but we'll figure it out. And it will be awesome. So I have to think about that. I know I can screen share, but I don't know if you guys will be able to hear her if I screen share. Polly Ubiquitin. Oh, Ubiquitin. Okay, that makes sense. Hi, Brittany. You're a different Brittany. We have a Brittany in our Facebook group. And for those of you who are not in the Facebook group, if you want to know when I'm doing impromptu videos, or if you want to get readings or meditations and you aren't going to be able to make the live one, the Facebook group is the place to find me. It's Jessica Cross, friend me. Oh, I'm so glad. See, now, this is really, that's why I'm so glad we have this group of regulars, because when people kind of pop in and out, I don't know how these are affecting people. And I really do believe that meditation is something you learn. So I'm so happy, Katie, that you're kind of seeing more and more. That's an actual meditation I had earlier. For those of you in the Facebook group, you have probably seen one of my pics of that, where, yeah, I walked in, and I have down somewhere what I got. I got a book. I actually would have to look at it. I don't remember everything I got in there. I did take a little bit of money and put it in my pocket. A little bit of gold. That would be nice. Yeah, that was a good one for me. It's so funny because I was feeling a little bit wiped out coming into this, but I knew we were doing these meditations, and so I would perk back up. So, are people feeling ready to head right into a past life regression? Let's talk a little bit about past life regression before we start. If you feel like you need more time, let me know. I'm glad that was good for you, Kate. I like these gift ones. They seem very self-indulgent, but they're not. I mean, I'm always surprised by my gifts. Like, all the gifts walking around that my brain could pull, it pulls like the sun, which I have every day, and which I don't always notice. So that's important to me. It just tells me, like, there are things that are important to you that you don't think about. And I think a lot of us notice that in these gift ones. So I'm going to talk about past life regression. I have said this many times, but I'm going to keep saying it because I know there are always new people who pop in who don't watch my videos. I don't know that I believe in past life regression. I don't know that I believe that our energies stay intact enough that we actually live multiple lives. I think there are many possibilities that parts of our energy stay intact enough that they live multiple lives, or that parts of our energy were in different lives. I also think past life regressions are maybe a way for spirit or our brain to tell us stories of things we need to hear. I have found through these meditations, and I hope you have too, that my mom can sit next to me and tell me, you know, you need to, I don't know if I've ever told you about this past life regression. I think I did. So my mom can sit next to me and say, you really need to pay more attention to your family or you will regret it. You know, your career is important, but it's not the most important thing. My mom can tell me that all day long, and I will kind of hear it. I had a past life regression where I was a man. I was a knight. I was very driven. It was very important for me to get high standing. I did. I was at one point knighted or something in front of something. I don't think a king, but some sort of high official in that area. And I then was at my mother's deathbed. And I had left her. I had left my mother alone, not my actual mother, my mother in this past life. I had left her alone to pursue my career. And she was dying. And I, at her deathbed, had to ask for forgiveness for having left her. Because I really left her. I didn't go back. I didn't think about her much. I really left. And then I went on and I married. And I had children. And we lived humbly. I did not continue to seek the high status. We made enough money. I think we farmed. We were comfortable. But we were not anybody important. And I died happy. And I died grateful that I had learned that lesson. Now, feeling the emotions of going through that past life regression really hit home what I want, what is important to me. Nobody could have told me that. And so whether it's an actual life I lived, or whether it's spirit or my brain giving me an experience where I can really feel, I mean, most of us know we really learn by doing more than what we're told. And that's why it's hard to be a counselor, because you often have to get people to sort of figure out their own things, even though you may really clearly see what the issue is. You can kind of tell them and give them advice, and if they like you and if they think you're smart, they may listen to it, but it's not as strong as living through it. And I think through some of these meditations, we can really live through some of this stuff without having to live through it. I don't have to abandon people in my life to learn that that's not the way I want to live my life. And I've abandoned friends as a kid, and I know how painful that was. I had a good friend when I was very, very young whose father died. This is something I don't tell anybody. So I had a very good friend whose father died when I was about 12, 13. And I had just started junior high. And I actually had made some new friends prior to my friend's father dying. We were kind of slowly moving apart because I was meeting new people. And when her father died, not immediately and not consciously, I kind of abandoned her. I couldn't deal with the emotions of it. And although I never stopped being her friend, I would have considered myself stop being her friend, I just didn't see her very much. And we kind of continued on the separate paths that we were taking, and it didn't pull me closer to her, which it probably should have. And I wasn't able to really support her. And it's one of the biggest regrets of my life that I did that. Now, I was 12. I was 12, 13. Like, I forgive myself. I was a kid. But wouldn't it have been nice to have a good friend that you'd had all that time really support you during that time? And I wasn't able to do it. And again, because I was a kid, I totally support my, I don't I don't beat myself up over it. I've had to kind of rehash it and realize what it meant to me, but I also don't try not to do it anymore, because now I am an adult and I know better. And so again, that's my feeling about past life regression. Sorry, got a little deep there for a minute. And I talk from my personal experience because that's what I know, and that's what's powerful to me. And I'm not going to throw anybody else under the bus with their stories, mostly because they were counseling stories when I got that close with people, so I'm not going to mention their stuff. But it's powerful. I do a lot. I've had a lot of stuff happen, past life regressions. And then we're going to do the reverse, and we're going to go into the future. And I feel very similarly about that. I don't know if it's a real future or if it's stories I need to hear. So with that, I am probably going to do 2 past life regressions, because I think it's sometimes more powerful to see how the 2 connect, especially because in past life regressions, the first time you may really get nothing. I'm hoping for those of you who do my meditations regularly, you will get something. But I think especially when I call it a past life regression, whether you believe in that or not, I think people are much more likely to shut themselves down. So they will say, this is a movie I'm reliving, this is an archetype, this is a myth, this is whatever. Who cares? Like, whatever your brain is telling you, even if you feel like you're telling yourself a story, that's fine. If you are really vividly telling yourself a story, I will pretty much guarantee that by the end of that story, you will not feel like you have control over it anymore. The deeper you get, at a certain point, stuff just pops up that you weren't expecting and you really cannot imagine came from you. So it just does. So don't shut it down. Even if you just get feelings, that's okay. And that's one of the things you really want to do in these past life regressions, is what are the feelings attached? Sometimes that's the most important part. So when you guys feel ready, we're going to go right into it. So I want you to get comfortable. I hope you are already in a pretty relaxed place from the first meditation. It should help. And as we've done in other meditations, I want you to picture yourself, and you begin to sort of float above your body, looking down, acknowledging that you are leaving that body for a time, and continuing to float up. And soon you are on the edge of a cloud. As you climb onto this cloud, it begins to move, like a boat or a car, moving you towards a white tunnel of light. As you enter this tunnel of light, you feel calm, you feel peace, you feel happiness. All of your worries are gone for the time being. While in this light, ask for Spirit to take you to a life which you need to see. As the cloud exits the other side of the light, you begin to travel down towards the earth. Look at the earth that you are approaching? Is it rocky? Is it sandy? Is it grassy? Is it a beach? Is it a forest? Is it outside of a home or a building? And as the cloud deposits you on the ground, look down at your feet. Do you have shoes on? Are you barefoot? Are your feet small or large? Are they male or female? You may not be able to tell yet. Scan up your body. What are you wearing? Can you tell your gender? What color is your hair? Is it short or long? That may not be an indication of gender in this day and age. Can you tell your age? Begin to walk. Where are you going? Are you entering a building? Are you walking through a town or a city? Are you walking through nature? Do you know where you're going and what your purpose is? Find out what you can. It may still be rather hazy. That is okay. See if you can figure out where or vaguely when you are. Now I want you to move forward in this lifetime to an important event. You are a bit older. What is happening? Where are you? How do you feel? What do you see? What do you smell? What is the event you are observing? What does it tell you about your life? Now you move a bit farther forward in this life. And again, what do you feel? What do you see? What is happening around you? Where are you? Who are you with? And now you are on your deathbed. If this is painful, you may see it as a movie. If you have previously been inside the body, this may be something you observe rather than feel. Do you know what the feelings are of this death? Is anyone with you? Where are you? What are you thinking? Do you have time to think? If at any point things become too painful, you can ask to leave. And soon you are floating over that body as that body is passed. And you return to the cloud which has been waiting for you. And that cloud takes you back to the tunnel of light. As you enter the tunnel, you again feel peace and calm and happiness. You will not forget what you have seen, but you do not have to feel any of the pain that may have occurred in that life at the moment. Ask Spirit again to show you a previous life that you need to see right now. And the cloud soon exits. The tunnel and begins its travel down to the next place you need to land. Look around you, look at the ground. What are you standing on? And what do your feet look like? Are they in shoes or bare or something in between? Are they small or large? And as you scan up, is your body large or small? Are you a child or an adult? Are you male or female? How do you feel in this body? Again, you can exit and observe. If at any time being in this body becomes too painful, or you may observe this entire life as if it was a movie. Both are fine. Even if you are observing, you can tell the feelings. Begin to walk and look at your surroundings. Do you know where you are? Do you know who you are? If there are people around you, they may call you by name. Do you know who they are, what they mean to you? And now, I want you to move forward in this life to an important event. What is happening? What is your age now? What do you see? What do you smell? What do you hear? Who is with you? What surrounds you? How do you feel? Do not try to analyze yet. It will become clearer. Move forward again to another important event. First, tap into your feelings at this event. You may have mixed emotions, or they may be very clearly happy or sad. Who is with you? Where are you? What is happening? What do you see? What do you smell? What do you hear? But most importantly, how do you feel? What kind of person are you? And now we move forward again to your death. You may remove yourself and observe if this is a painful death. Do you know you're dying, or does it come quickly? How do you feel? Is anyone with you? What do you see? What do you hear? What do you smell? How do you feel? What do you think about at this time, if you have time to think? Before long, you rise up out of that body as that body passes. You rise back to the cloud that has been waiting for you. And you return back to the white tunnel of light, again feeling calm and peace and happiness. And the cloud pauses there. And I want you to ask if there is anyone from either of those lives that need to forgive you. If they do, ask them to come. Tell them what you need to tell them. Apologize if you need to. Tell them how you have changed your life so that that won't happen again. They may come as a group or one at a time. Tell them all you need to tell them. We all make mistakes. The best we can do is learn from our mistakes. As you meet each of them, think if there is anyone in your life currently who may be the reincarnation of one of those people who needed to forgive you, and if that is played out in a relationship you have now. That realization may come to you over the next few weeks as you contemplate this experience. Is there anyone from those lives that you need to forgive? Call them forward. Are you ready to forgive them? What do they say to you? What do you need to say to them? What do both of you need to move forward? Is there anyone in your life who may have been reincarnated from one of those people and is playing out a similar or a often we will have relationships where someone we need to forgive is actually gaining retribution in this life. Or someone who needs to forgive us is in a different position where we are the one of power. Where they are the ones of power. And now I want you to ask what the meaning is of the lies you have seen. Each life may have a different meaning for you, but often they are connected. Often there are two versions of the same story that we did not learn. Or we may see karma in action, where we play different roles in the same story through two different lives. Ask if there is a gift for you to remind you of what you have learned this afternoon. That gift may arrive in a small box at your feet, which you can open to find the item or thought or feeling that you receive. Thank Spirit for their guidance and all that they have given you. And now your cloud begins to move again and exits the tunnel and begins to bring you back down to where you are currently seated or laying. And as you float down through the roof, you acknowledge that you will not return to this body the same as you left. You have gained new knowledge and added a new piece to the puzzle. And enter your body. Begin to hear the sounds of the room where you are. You may wiggle your toes and your fingers. When you feel ready, you can open your eyes. This is chocolate o'clock. So for me, it will be wine, but this is a good time to eat something or drink something to bring you back. It's one of the best ways to return you to your body. And for those of you where it is late where you are, if you are in Europe, Liz, for example, you may need to do some extra grounding. So visualize again that root going down, going all the way into the molten core of the earth and connecting you. At night, you really need to feel that grounding. And if you need the protection, you can ground yourself on the floor, surround yourself with water for protection, surround that with fire to remove any of the negative energy trying to reach you, and then the wind above to blow away all of that extra that needs to go. Hi, Nikki. I'm not quite sure what your comment means. So, Does anybody want to comment? One of the things that I really miss here, so when I did my past life regression, it was a group past life regression. One of the things that really solidified the meaning for me, I definitely had the visual the whole time, but we went around the room and we talked about what we saw to one another. And some of the meaning of my past life regressions did not become clear to me until I had to formulate it into words. I think sometimes we're so up here, that it's hard to get the meaning and the lesson from it until we start putting it into words or pictures. So there are many ways to do that. You can draw. I don't like to draw, so I clip digital pictures and create these digital collages. I also don't like to write, so I don't journal, but a lot of people journal. I know Kate journals like a mad woman. Or if you're brave, you can write things here in the comments, or if you're a little less brave, you can write them in the private Facebook group. Nikki, I think I might already be friends with you. I'm going to hunt you down, put you in the private Facebook group, if I can. So I don't know if anyone wants to comment on that. I don't know if anyone who was not here wants me to pull a card for them. Brittany, if you would like me to pull a Power Thought card for you, I would be happy to. Just let me know. But I just want to say how happy I am to have spent this day with you so far. We only have one more left. Isn't that amazing? This went by pretty fast. So at 3, we are going to do something somewhat similar. So for the ASMR, for those of you who are, this is the first one of these that you're watching, I use ASMR, and in this case I did sort of the healing role play, even though it was really a healing. I kind of set them up a bit like role plays because I think the ASMR gets you to the perfect place for meditation. So I don't do this one often, but I'm going to do hair brushing at the beginning and the end to relax you for the meditation. And then we're going to do something very similar to what we did, but we're going to go into the future, which I do all the time. And I learn a lot about myself from the past, but I learn a lot about what I should be doing right now from the future. So as I told you, all of this came about because I did a future role meditation. And I was sitting on my porch, and people were coming up and I was doing these meditations for them, personal meditations. So also, if there are any of you who are here who will not be able to make tomorrow morning and want a personal meditation, let me know quick. I will probably only do it right now for the people who have asked in the Facebook group, or who are live tomorrow, or who ask in the Facebook group prior to that, or who asked me here live. I'm not going to go back through all comments, I don't think, because they just won't have time to do that. And we really want to get, Liz, it's going to be perfect, because if we can figure out how to then go to your video, I'll get a break, because I'll be tired. I'm going to be wiped out. I have prepared. I have plans to take care of myself this evening and tomorrow evening, because these meditations, I love them, but they take a lot out of me too. So, and I know the personal meditations take a lot out of me. So, all right, I don't think we're going to get a brave soul to talk about any past life stuff in here, which I don't blame you. And I don't know that I would talk about it on YouTube either. YouTube's not always the kindest place in the world. But if you want to talk about it in the private Facebook group, any of you that are not in, friend me. And you might need to private message me if your name is a lot different. I will find you Guy, and I will see if Nikki and I are already friends, because I think we are. And I'll get you guys in. We can absorb a few more. We're not going to put, I may end up starting a new group relatively soon, because I don't want our current group to get overwhelmed. Because one of the best things about our current group is we know who one another are. So I feel like I know you guys a little bit who've been on these live ones, so that's a good, you guys are good to put in. But those of you who watch this after, I do want you to be in a private Facebook group. I may just create a new one, and we can get to know each other in there. All right. Oh, Nikki, you gotta tell me, were you taking aromatherapy classes? Awesome. So you probably know I'm a massage therapist, and aromatherapy is one area that I have not. You can take lots and lots of aromatherapy classes. And it's one thing that I just haven't had the time or money to really invest in, because aromatherapy is not something you kind of jack around with. You really got to learn it. And I haven't done that yet. So, cool. That's awesome. All right, guys. So then I'm going to let you go for about 45 minutes, and then I'll be back in. And think of if there are any comments or questions that you guys have about this retreat, about the Destiny workshop. That is one thing I did. I think I put a link. Yeah, I did. I put a link to the Destiny workshop below. So if you like these, the Destiny workshop will not be open to the public. You have to sign up. But there is a link below, and I would love to have you guys in it. This has been it's nice. We had 15 pretty much consistently on here, and that's great. That's wonderful. We usually have about 10. So 15 is wonderful, and then hundreds will watch afterwards, and I love that. So let me know if you guys need anything. I will wait just a couple more seconds, because it looks like Nikki is in the process of like writing a comment that got cut off. And I don't want to leave if she's still writing a comment. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I need to talk to you guys about. I would love to know in the Facebook group what you guys saw. I love that I'm getting other people doing their little visuals. I don't know, they're really powerful for me to do that. And I am going to start doing these meditations more often, because I do lose them if I forget them. Like the strength one, I had forgotten a lot of it. I had to go and look back at my visual and kind of pull it back up. I'm so glad you liked it, Katie. It was so fun. Okay, so 2 more to go. So 3 o'clock New York time, I'm going to do the future. Tomorrow morning at 9 a.m., get to sleep in a little bit. We are going to, and I'm sorry if there's anyone who attends church who's not going to be able to make it. I just need to do it in the morning, get it done, because then I'm going to like pass out. Actually, my mom and I are going to go out to lunch, because I'm not going to be able to make lunch. I need a break. So tomorrow morning we will do personal meditations. If you haven't watched my personal meditations, I think they're pretty cool. They are not pre-planned. They are wherever Spirit takes me for you. So we will see how that goes, and then we will get this awesome video from Liz that I can't wait for. I'm so glad that we don't have to wait that long. I was going to be sad if we had to wait like a week to get it up. I'm so glad you recorded it. All right, my friends, this is turning into just what I hoped this weekend would be, and it's because of you guys. See you in 45 minutes.